Hey guys, it's Abby here. This is something I have noticed a little bit when I work with some eco tanks. So we see here with our nozzle check, we have a really good black, really good yellow, and really good magenta. When I open up my eco tank, and here I'm working with the STC 2100. When I see things like this, I usually assume that my print head is really well, it works really good. I see that the first time printing we do not know, and the total pages that it has printed is 3, so I'm going to assume that my print head here is working well. I like to open up and see what my colors look like. So my black has ink in it, my yellow is running low, so is my magenta, and when I get to my cyan, which is the color that is missing, I see that it has absolutely no blue. If anything, it almost looks brand new, as if no blue cyan ink has been in there at all. So at this point, what I usually do is I'm going to come and draw ink back through. I'll open up my covers here. This allows air to come through. So right, we'll see that I drawed for my other colors. But the funny part is, right, that when we get to the blue, I'm going to skip my magenta just so we can get the picture here. When we come to the blue, and I stick this in here, and I do a draw back, right? You see that my syringe is coming back, but no cyan ink is coming through. Now, sometimes I have this happen even when there is already ink in there. What I do is I put my thing in and I tip it a little bit at an angle. So I tried that, but you see I'm still drawing back and no ink is coming through at all. At this point, what I can assume is it does not have a little rubber ring inside of the damper that helps suction on to that syringe to pull ink through. So I'll show you what I'm talking about with this little ring in there. These are dampers that I have collected from other printers that we take apart here, so you can get these used dampers on our website at BCH Technologies. So this is the cyan one that I'm going to want to replace, but I'm going to show you what this little rubber ring that I'm talking about in here. Alright, so I'm going to come in here. I'm going to use a little dentist pick that I have, and I'm just going to come in here and I'm going to show you this rubber ring. Alright, so this is that rubber ring that is in that damper. Okay, so this is what the damper in there is missing, that is not allowing me to suction it. So let's go ahead and replace this damper that I've collected that you can also buy if you're having the same trouble. And I'll show you when we replace it that this one has that rubber ring in there and it should draw ink just fine. Alright, so let's try that. this should be the most simple thing. Even the basic of people who have no knowledge of printers could do. Alright, so we see the dampers. It's going to go in, right? So we see our clip here. It is going to go in that way, facing the printer that way, okay? Because this nozzle here is going to connect onto the tube. So this is our cyan tube. It's the one all the way towards the end. If you need to look, there we have our cyan. We also have our cyan here. All right, let's take off that tube. You just need to pull it off. There's no screws, nothing. You really don't need any tools. You can just do this with your hands. We're gonna slide that back on, right? So here's the used damper that should be with cyan that has that rubber ring in it. Now watch, let's use that syringe and we're gonna pull. Now the other thing is when I put this in, I can feel that little tension of me having to put it in there with that rubber ring. Seems that there's something a little bit deeper with this. Guys, this is really interesting. I have not seen something like this before. What should have happened was it would draw right through. When I put my hand under here, I tried already to push, thinking that this ink tube was not all the way down. But surprisingly, if we look here, it is broken in half. This is really surprising to me. I'm wondering how this had happened, or how it could have happened. This is interesting. Do you see this? Wow. We found another problem, and we should have another video. Well, I want to know what you think happened to the tube. Do you think the carriage caught it and nicked it, or an animal came and chewed it? So you can visit us at bchtechnologies.com or locally here in Greensboro, North Carolina. Happy printing, everyone.